Hi, today's video is from the channel Mausoleo de los Horrors. You can go and see all the other videos they have. I hope you like it.
We still have one more story. And it was also shared with us anonymously, so let's get straight to it. I was studying to be a forensic doctor at the time, and I had to work the night shift. The coordinator of that department told me from the first day to carry a rosary whenever I could. And if I was a believer, I would do better in those areas. I didn't pay much attention to it, to be honest, because apart from being very skeptical, these issues have never mattered to me. During the first week, my colleague explained to me how everything worked. He had been working there the longest, and he would be the one I would be with almost always. Among all the things he explained to me, he showed me a red light, which was located above the door. He told me that when it was turned on, it was because a body had moved or been lifted, and that I should go check in case he wasn't there. This type of thing should not be anything strange, because it is normal for bodies to do this. They are involuntary reflexes that occur after death, and all of this has long been proven. My partner told me to be careful not to see anything else. I took this as a typical joke to break the ice or the attention of the place. For one day, the shift was going normally. I was alone in the morgue, and I was arranging bodies, but that was when I saw the red light on, and I went to a body that had moved an arm. I was going to arrange it when, before touching it, it sat down. It still had the sheet on top, but I could see how it was making quick and abrupt movements with its jaw. This scared me, because it had been doing this for a long time, and I hadn't moved it to stop it or anything. I was about to put it back to bed, when it screamed. It screamed Marta's name twice. My partner came in at that moment, and without seeing anything else, or asking me anything, he told me to start praying to an Our Father. I couldn't even move out of fear, and the only thing I could say was that it was alive. I was sure that it was still alive. No, brother, I did the autopsy on this one a while ago. He can't be alive anymore, he told me in a calm voice. It was then that I felt that every drop of my blood was cold, and he was quick to notice my expression. So when he was able to lay the body down and arrange it, he explained to me. For several years now, in this morgue, they have reported many apparitions of you, people who are not part of the staff. Some bodies talk, cry, scream, as you have seen. Even me. Last week I had a body that got up from the slab. It took a few steps and dropped to the floor. I asked him why this was happening. Well, I knew about the processes after death, but I had not been told anything about this. He began to tell me that for a long time, almost at the beginning of the hospital, there was a colony. And right next to the facilities lived a witch who was suspected of salting the sick. Well, no one knows how she got into the hospital, stood in front of the patients' beds, and told them that they were going to die. After that, the patient to whom this happened did not survive the night. She died. On one occasion, a relative who had an encounter with this woman reported her. Well, after her sick relative told her what the witch had told her, during the night, she died of a heart attack. The hospital had to take action on the matter at once, so they sent this woman to a home for the elderly. And she cursed the hospital, saying that many people would die there, and that the dead would not rest in peace. And that is why this morgue is famous. I returned about 2 days after that event. My supervisor knew about this and allowed me to leave so I could return with everything and get used to the rhythm. As the night went on that day, I had to perform the service with the body of a 7-year-old girl who unfortunately had died the day before. I started with an incision in the chest when that girl grabbed my arm very tightly with her hand. A very hard and cold hand. Again, I could not move because of fear, but I wanted her to let me go. My mom? Those were the words that came out of the mouth of that little girl who was lying there motionless, with her eyes closed, pale and not letting go of me. And as best I could, I screamed, broke free, fell to the ground, and crawled to the door, almost crying from fear. My partner came running, crossed the door, helped me up, and asked me what had happened. I told him with the little strength I had, and, after a while, when I was able to calm down, I helped him to arrange the body. But those occasions were the hardest. I know for a fact that in that place the dead continue to talk. Would you take the vacancy of that morgue where the dead get up to talk to each other? Tell us what you would feel in that situation. And thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. Those who arrived a few videos ago, or those who arrived today. The truth is that we are very surprised by all the people who are subscribing and sharing these stories. And the truth is that with your subscription, sharing and liking is the best way to support this project made with all the heart that is by and for you. If you have not yet subscribed, and you liked these stories, please do not forget, here is the subscription button, and if you have any stories, please write them down in the comments. I send you a very big hug. See you in the next video. Good night.
Great video. If you liked my work, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. If you have any other videos you would like to see, leave them in the comments box.